Hello, welcome to the sixth video of the Microsoft Access 2013 tutorial to create a project review form. In this video, we're going to create some buttons to undo records in the subforms, these two here, or delete records in those subforms, and exit form in the main form, an exit form button in the main form. It means that from this main form, we're going to close and go back to the project navigation form. And this project navigation form is what we're going to create in the next video. And this is just to display the whole list of projects that we want to review. And we're going to play a little bit with the layout of these buttons. So let's go to the file that we have been working on. This is the review form database. And now let's go to the form objectives. So this is the form that contains the three additional subforms that we created. And now what I want to do is to create a button here that when I click that button, this form objective closes, and then it takes me back to the portfolio form that we have not created yet. So in order to do that, I just need to close this form, and I can do that with a button. So this button can be added if I go to the home design view. I can create a button here by clicking on design and this icon, which represents a button. Then I click here and I get the button, and this command button wizard shows me the possible functions that I can add to this button. This button is to close the form, so I need to go to form operations and then to close a form. I click on next. I'm going to close this form, and I want an exit doorway picture or icon. That's fine, and I'm going to assign a name to this button. This is not necessary, but it is useful sometimes if you're going to play with this later. So finish, and I have my button there. So if I want this to have the same size of, or at least the same height of this field, I just need to adjust it, right? Or maybe I can just go to the property sheet. So I'm selecting this. I'm hitting the function for the F4 key in my keyboard, and I'm displaying this. So I'm here in the World Bank Group project name, and I'm going to change. I'm going to see the height. So the height is this one. I'm just copying it, and I'm going to step on this button, and I'm going to change this. It's very similar, so I'm not changing much, but now I made sure that both of them have the same height. Now I'm going to place it there for people to click on it when they want to close the form. So I think this is fine. Yeah. Now this button was configured in format and in functionality, so I can just use it. But before doing that, I'm going to create some buttons here as well. Here. So first of all, I'm going to start by this sub-level form. I can go to work directly on this subform, or I can work in this subform from here. It's better maybe to use it directly, so I'm going to close this form and going to subvideos. Now we have the subvideos form. I'm going to design view, and I will add my buttons here. Okay, so I want to undo a record and to delete a record. So I'm going again to design tab. I click on this button, and now I go to record operations. So I want to undo a record, right? then do picture, next, and this is TMD, and I click on finish, and I have my button there. And I'm going to add another one. This is going to be the delete record. So I click again on the button, the create button. I go to record operations, and I want in this case to delete the record. So click on next. The delete record is fine. It's sort of an X, and next, and CMD delete. Click on finish, and then I have my two buttons, and they are working, and we're going to see how they work in a minute. So before continuing, I'm going to bring these together. So I click on both of them using Control key, and then I click on the right click, go to layout, and I want them to be stacked. Now I have them stacked, but I don't really want this to be vertical but horizontal. So I'm gonna add, clicking on one of them, I'm going to add the insert right. So this is a new column. I want this to be, well, that's fine. I'm going to make this a little more even. I'm going to move this command button from here to here, and I'm going to delete this row. So insert or delete row, and that's fine. Now I have my two buttons. I'm going to change the format of this a little bit, and now I have my two buttons. Maybe the size is a little bit different, but you can play with it as I just did with the previous form. So I just save this, then I go to the view form. You have them there. I'm not going to work with it right now, and I'm going to repeat the process with the form, not the form review, which is only a read-only form, but the additional project info. So I'm going to repeat the process here, go to design view, go to design, I'm going to add a button here, and in this case I just want people, I want people to do the same thing. Maybe just undo. So record operations, undo record, next, next, and this is going to be CMD, undo as well. It's the same name as the previous command that I created for the subforms of videos, but since it's in a different subform, I can refer to this button directly without confusions, because it has a different path. So we click on finish, and I'm going to change again the size. So I'm going to change the height, and that's what I want, and it's fine. Now I have all my buttons created. I'm going to save it. I'm going to close the form, and now I'm going to see how it works. So this is the form as data entry users will say it. Now I want people to use this form and create and delete records. So just for that purpose, I'm going to change this to design view, and I'm going to display in the property sheet, I'm going to display the navigation buttons, only for the purpose of this example. And I'm going to view again, and now I see the navigation buttons here. So this is the first project, so let's see how it works. I'm going to the reviewer ID, and I'm going to choose one person here. This is ongoing, and this is very relevant, and I'm going to put some text here, and a subvideo here, right? So once I do that, if I step on a different form, for example, and I close it, everything was automatically saved. if I click on it again, if I go to this form again, to this particular record, it will display all the information that I entered before, because it has an auto-save option activated, this access database. So that is not a problem. But let's say that now I make a change. I am doing a change here, and then I click here. If I don't want this to be done, or I don't remember where I put these words, I just click on undo, and nothing happened. If I keep clicking undo, nothing will happen, because this was already saved from the previous session, let's say, in quotation marks. So this is the functionality of this button. I can do exactly the same thing here, but I added this record because I'm creating subvideos here. So I can have a subvideo 1. I can have a subvideo 2. And then after some time, I can see that some of them were just duplicated. So I can see, okay, I don't want to see this subvideo. I don't want to delete it. So I just click on the record selector and I delete it. I can do the same thing by hitting the delete key in the keyboard, or I can just do this. To delete the record using the key in the keyboard, I need to select the whole record using the record selector. But if I step on this, for example, this field, I can delete the whole record by clicking this button. Then you're about to delete one record. Do you want to do it? Yes. And then we did it, and that's okay. And I can go back, and everything was saved. So I have the information that I put there before, and the subvideo 1 that I created. I don't see the subvideo 2 because I deleted it. And that is the functionality. So at the end of my work, I just want to click on here and go back to the main navigation form, and that's what I'm going to do right now. And it closes the form. It takes me to the previous form, or the already open forms, and that's what we're going to do in the next video. So please join me for that. Bye bye.